for our media partners to get back onto the call. I have a few messages here from some media partners saying they had a question. We will make sure we answer all questions. Okay, we have most everyone back. Eli, let's go ahead and begin with additional questions from any of our media partners.
If Senator Tony Lamarena is back on, were you complete with your question, sir?
I don't see him among the current participants, so we can move on to the next one. I informed him that how to re-enter the
Senator
call.
Tony, please forgive me. Thank you, Congressman. I have Heidi with PBN next on the queue. Sir. Heidi, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Congressman. We've answered my question. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. I received a chat that Anumita from PDN had a question. If we can go ahead and have her.
Yes, hi, sir. So I just wanted to clarify if this was an administrative decision and not simply misinterpretation, then what would your and Congress's next steps be? Is it simply relying on the new administration?
Well, our first step would be to circle back with the current administration and whoever the officials are that are making this new interpretation, and getting their clarification on it, particularly with respect to the statute. They would be asked very pointedly, if the statute for eligibility didn't change, why are they all of a sudden making an interpretation to cut off a whole group of people, I would assume millions of people, from being eligible for the assistance. Depending on what their responses are, I'm hoping that there would be either a statutory justification, which I don't see happening, or a reversal of that administrative decision. And hopefully that the latter will be the case. But assuming that they hold firm, then we'll just have to wait for the new administration to come in and make it very plain to them that this interpretation by the outgoing administration was not only statutorily inaccurate, but it's harmful. It's harmful to again, the intent of all this relief that we're providing and the ability for the country to be able to gradually restore itself economically. And I'm confident that that messaging, if not taken to heart by the current administration, would be taken to heart by the incoming one. I just don't see this being something that's going to stick. It really would not be sound policy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions from any of our media partners present on the call?
I have another question, Congressman.
Yes.
This is not related to the pool. I mean, this is kind of related to it. This is about local legislation that 4 senators introduced today. The bill seeks to cut the business privilege tax in 2 phases and then use a portion of that tax to start building a local unemployment insurance program. I was wondering if you've seen it, and is this the one that you've been asking for?
I have not seen that legislation. I won't be able to speak to the specifics, but in general, I can say that it would be very good policy for us to implement a local unemployment insurance program. We would need to be cautious. And again, now that we're dealing with these kind of interpretations, things get even more complicated because what I was initially cautioning was implementing a local program that would conflict with the federal program because we would not want circumstances like we have now happening where a local program being stood up would cut us off. Now that this interpretation is seeming to cut us off, it would underscore the need for us to have a local program set up. But again, we need to be careful because if we do that and then the interpretation gets reversed or clarified and it ends up that no one's getting cut off that was initially getting cut off, then we would not want the local program to turn on until the federal program turned off. And so all of these things need to be very, very closely coordinated. But again, yes, it is important for us to stand up our own local unemployment insurance program, specifically for the purpose of making sure that we have that lifeline available when the federal lifeline is no longer. If this interpretation is not reversed, which I view as a very, very remote possibility, if it is not reversed, then absolutely we need to fast track a local program as quickly as possible. But if in the event that we are able to get this interpretation clarified or reversed, if it's not clarified in our favor, then we would want to be cautious about the effective date of a local program so that it would not conflict with a federal program that's currently paying that would potentially be impacted if a local program is turned on.
Thank you. Will you be holding another press conference tomorrow when you get clarification from the agencies, offices that you've contacted on this matter?
We have every intent to. If we're not getting full clarification, if everyone that reach out to tells us they'll get back to us, they need to circle their bases. I don't want to just call a press conference to say that we're still waiting for clarity from the various channels that we're going through. So I'm sorry that this was a last minute urgent press conference, and we will try to inform you all in advance if we have news that we can make it very timely and afford you guys the ability to logistically set up without too much scrambling. But if in the event that we don't have firm definitive answers by our close of business tomorrow, I will put out a statement to that effect and advise that as soon as we have firm news to have a press conference, we will absolutely inform all of you folks, our media partners, and get on a call and host everybody's questions at that time.
Thank you.
Congressman Senator La Morena is recognized once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Just a follow-up question on the legislation introduced by the 4 senators regarding implementing a local unemployment assistance program. I know that Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands have an unemployment assistance program aligned with US DOL. And I think, where we contribute into their trust as as well. So, in essence, I think by doing that, by following that trend with Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, in situations like this, if it should happen again, I think it would be easier for Guam to tie in to additional programs that the federal government approves.
Very much concur there, Senator. The local program should absolutely have as many tie-ins as possible federally, so that we can make sure that everything is smooth. Because Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands' unemployment programs are pre-existing, they did have resources within those programs to be able to carry their unemployment loads on their own with their own local programs, similar to all of the other 50 states that have unemployment programs. Only Guam, the CNMI, and American Samoa were the only ones that did not.
Right.
If we turn on our local program, it wouldn't have any resources in it. The trust would only begin to be stood up. And so to turn on our program and then to kind of just toss the football over to the local side with an unfunded unemployment program, it wouldn't really be a solution for the unemployed on the island, because there wouldn't be any resources in that program.
Right. I think on the immediate, but I think in the long term.
Oh, very much agree. Very much agree. As a matter of fact, as soon as this is all sorted out, and as soon as the federal program ends, turning on the local program, building it up, and having it available for future occurrences such as these would be prudent policy.
All right. Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you, Senator. Do we have any
At
other?
this moment, Congressman, I have no one else on the queue unless anyone else has any further questions.
Well, if not, I want to thank you all again. I know that I got messages from some of our media partners saying that they're rushing to set up to accommodate this. Thank you very much. I apologize for the technical difficulties. We are currently kind of MacGyvering our press conference this evening, because we arranged this at such a late hour as well. Our normal staffing and our normal logistics was not available, and we wanted to push this out as quickly as possible. So I apologize for the interruption that we had earlier, and thank you all for your patience, and thank you for your questions. I again want to urge calm with the public for those who are adversely impacted by the recent announcement. Again, just continue to track everything on your end as an individual, so that if this gets sorted out either within the next 24 hours or within the next 8 to 9 days, then you'll be able to be made whole and everything can work itself out. But I want to just calm everyone and let everyone know that we are just becoming aware of the situation as well. And we're going to be scrambling all available resources to be able to sort this out, get clarity, and provide that clarity to the public. But again, thank you all so very much for tuning in. Thank you to your listening audience. Thank you to our media partners for your accommodation and for the last minute notice. Si Diyos maasi, everybody stay safe and stay healthy. God bless.